Hello, my name is Ryan, and today this is my first video in this channel right here, and today I'm going to be talking about how I actually started my workout progress or my overall journey to fitness. In the span of a year, I went from 110 to 150, and that's pretty crazy if you ask me. That's like a 40-pound difference. And now, how did I actually get here from 110 to 150? I'll tell you. Let's talk about how I started. So I was a very skinny kid. Obviously 110 was, on the skinnier side. And my whole childhood, I would say I was a very skinny kid. I didn't really gain much fat because my metabolism was so fast compared to other people's that I would even eat a lot of stuff and I still wouldn't gain weight. I was very active as well, so I would do a lot of sports and run a lot. Actually, my favorite thing was running. Running really did take a lot in my weight, so that's why at the time from 110 to 150 I wasn't really running as much, and that's how I gained a lot more weight. A good thing and a bad thing. I would say there are pros and cons to bulking, but it's up to you to decide whether you want to bulk or cut or maintain. It's either or your choice, but in my opinion, if it's good for your health, then I would suggest you to bulk. And that's what I did, because 110 was very on the low spectrum. I was like 5'5". I think this was before, this was during puberty, of course, but towards puberty did definitely help in my bulking process, because before I was like, even if I was eating a lot, it wouldn't really affect. But now I was really focused on increasing weight, and I was actually trying to increase weight to become healthier. And the doctors even noticed it too. There was a graph where it showed me, the stable rate, me, my height and my weight. But then all of a sudden, this year and last year, I just shot through the roof. And my doctor knows that. My doctor knows that I did gain a lot of weight from, I always did it with a purpose. So that's the number one thing you need, because with anything, if you don't have a purpose, then what's the point of even getting into that achievement anyways? So number one thing you need is purpose. And as a skinny kid, I didn't really get made fun of, I would say, but I didn't feel good with my body. I would always hide my body. I would be ashamed because I was too skinny. But now I realized that I felt more comfortable with my body, and I was a lot more. The number two thing you need, obviously, is a workout routine and a diet plan as well. Those two are very important, because without a diet, you won't have your results. Your results wouldn't be as good if you didn't have a good diet, because I would say in the spectrum of things, 80% of your bulking progress is going to be nutrition and diet. So make sure to keep that in mind, that most of your diet is healthy and good. And for me, I didn't really focus on nutrition because I just wanted to dirty bulk. Okay, so dirty bulk, there's two different types of bulking progress types. Okay, there's two different bulking types. There's the lean bulking and the dirty bulking. And what does the lean bulking and the dirty bulking do? Well, for me, I did dirty bulking because I realized that I'm not going to I'm just gonna eat whatever I want, because I was 15 years old, so I felt like nutrition wasn't really a big thing for me. And anyway, I can eat whatever I want at a young age, but at an old age, obviously you do need to focus a lot more on nutrition and diet. But it's not saying that you shouldn't focus on nutrition. You absolutely should. But for me at that state right now, I was I just needed to eat whatever I want, and I did eat a lot more protein. So make sure to focus a lot more on protein if you're trying to bulk, and carbs as well. Not much on fats. You should focus a little bit on fats, but not as much as carbs and proteins. And those two are going to really help you gain a lot of muscle, a lot of fat as well. Obviously, there's no denying that you won't gain fat, but you'll gain a lot more weight and you become stronger in your lifts. You'll see a lot more progress, especially if you're in the newbie state where I was a year ago. I did not have any gains. I didn't have biceps like these. I don't know if you can see them, but I wasn't strong at all. So after a year, two things that really helped me was my diet, my workout plan, and obviously puberty did help boost my overall strength. You shouldn't skip working out. And what workout routine that I used back in the day, I did mostly push-pull legs. This is what I do right now, the push-pull leg strategy. So basically, push was chest, triceps, and shoulders, and then pull was gonna be back and bicep, and then legs is just gonna be legs and abs. So that's what I do currently right now. But before that, I didn't do push-pull legs. I did a 6-day split, but it was a little different. And then I started going to the gym just like last year, like the end of the summer. I actually started going to the gym. But before that summer, I was like working out at home. So you could do anything at home or in the gym. There's no excuse you shouldn't work out. There's no excuse you don't have any equipment, because if you don't have any equipment, you don't have weights. Let's say you don't have resistance bands or anything like that. You could just do calisthenics, like it's simply some push-ups, some sit-ups, pull-ups if you have a pull-up bar at home. But obviously there is some prerequisites that you need in order to work out that will make your life a lot more easier. But I would say you don't even need any equipment at all. But equipment at home is a good thing. But if you can't buy equipment, then just buy a gym membership. If you can't buy a gym membership, then you can either do push-ups. You could do a lot more at-home workouts that will actually help you. Like it won't do as good. I mean, I'm not saying that calisthenics is not a good thing. It's obviously a very good thing, and I feel like you should definitely get more used to calisthenics, because I'm actually implementing some calisthenics into my workout routine as well as weightlifting. But if you just want to bulk, get stronger, I would suggest weightlifting. At home and you can't buy anything, then I'll suggest doing calisthenics. So the push day will be push-ups. You could do chair dips, push-up variations, just a bunch of push-up variations. And for back and biceps, I would suggest having like some type of backpack and just curling it. And back, do without weights or anything like that. I'll get to you that. Legs, you could do squats. And so, but the equipment that I use at home to bulk to 150. So at home I was at from 110 to 140. So I feel like you could book anywhere without needing a gym membership. I just got a gym membership pretty recently, so I would say that did really help me with my strength. But you don't have to have a gym membership to become stronger. When I got into the gym, I could already bench a plate. So that's a really good thing that meant that the home workouts did help me improve in the actual gym. So what do I mean by that, okay? So the equipment that I got when I was working out was these are pretty essential. So you need resistance bands. So resistance bands are really important because you basically could do any exercises at the gym using resistance bands. If you just have a door, you could do, you know, the chest flies. I don't know what you call that, but yeah, chest flies. You could do tricep push downs. You could do back even. Honestly, you could do a lot of stuff with the resistance band, which is why I highly recommend having a resistance band at home, because you could do a lot of stuff. You could even do pull-ups with resistance. If you can't even do a regular pull-up, you could start off with resistance and move your way up there. Resistance band is really good for beginners to just get the hang of working out, and there's many levels you could go. You start with like 15 pounds, 30 pounds, 45, whatever. And the next thing you should get definitely is a bench or weights, okay? Really help you with obviously working out. So what I got when I was in the beginning was I got 15 pounds, and then when I realized that 50 pounds was a little too light, I went with 25 pounds. My uncle did give me that, so I thank him for, you know, giving me that 25 pounds, because that really helped me with my workout progress too. So I was doing a lot of curls, I was doing a lot of chest presses. I mean, it wasn't that much weight with chest presses, but it did help my chest strength. And then next thing I got is a bench. You definitely need a bench. A bench is really important, right? Because without a bench, you can't really do a lot of chest exercises. You have to do it on the floor, which is a little harder to do. So I recommend getting a bench. It's only like $100, maybe a little less. If you can't get a bench, I guess the only other options like using a bed or something like that to do the chest is really helpful for a lot of exercises. But if you can't get the bench, then I would suggest getting a pull-up bar is very good. I mean, like, I've used the pull-up bar a lot for my back. Specifically my back, you can only do pull-ups and you'll be chilling with your back, okay? Because I got a crazy back, like just doing pull-ups, and I feel like pull-ups is probably my favorite exercise. But other people may not like the pull-ups, but I suggest trying it out. Even with resistance, you can start wrapping on the bar and you could do pull-ups from there. And I did have barbells. I did bought a barbell just to do like those barbell curls and stuff like that, and like try out. Barbell is really helpful for like learning your lifts and trying to get the technique right. So let's say you want to do a deadlift, and you just got to get the form first, and you can start with the barbell and move your way up. You can also do things like squats, so it's kind of nice having a barbell with you. Honestly, that's very simple, easy way to bulk from 110 to 150 using the 80-20 rule. So it's just 80% is going to be your diet, 20% is going to be you working out consistently, and make sure you have a good consistent schedule, right? Don't just slack off, don't just like miss a day. If you miss a day, it's fine, all right? Just move your way up there, okay? It doesn't mean you have to miss another day. Just keep your schedule intact, okay? Be up to date with the schedule, okay? And that's how I got from 110 to 150. I'll teach you a lot more about other tips. Watch my next video over here. I'm gonna be posting a lot more. I'm gonna be posting like 3 to 5 videos a week, around there, okay? 3 to 5 videos, so you don't want to miss out. And part 1 of my bulking series. So if you do want to get into more detail of how I actually bulked up, this is just the beginner basics on working out and diet and all that stuff. But if you want to know the specifics, then check the next video. It's going to be a part 2 video of how I bulked to 150 with more in detail of how I actually did it, and more videos and more like evidence of how I actually did it back in the day. And yeah, that's about it. Catch you in the next video.